Well, I am cranking out the reactions today. Hence the flower, the hair, the same outfit on. Um, but I'm going back in time, picking out different songs, taking into consideration things that I've seen on the comments, and just making it happen. As far as the laptop, it's trying to hold its own right now. I've had some issues. And so I'm not going to provoke it in any way, not going to tell it it's not behaving because then something will happen. But I do have a call from the PC builder and I sent him an email on Friday. So we are now at the point where there's a few questions that need answered in regard to the build and getting this up and running. As a reminder, I did open a Patreon account. There's a lot going on, in my life, personal life, and it's possible that, well, even when I did open it, what was it, a month ago? I have a few subscribers and patrons, and, I'm navigating new waters here, learning how everything works, but I appreciate so much what you all are doing to keep this message going and to support this channel, knowing that we're only going to go up from here. The importance of this, even from for myself, it's really kind of becoming apparent that certain things will need to be changing, and I'm going to be relying more on this possibly. Just keep spreading the joy and keep spreading the message of positivity and just being genuine and honest with who we are and the message that we are providing in a little bit of light in a world that so desperately needs the light. So yeah, if you get a chance, you don't have to subscribe to Patreon. Just go over there and take a look at the intro. I would just appreciate that. If you do, I've made the contribution levels low because I'm just starting, and I wanted to keep it respectful in that manner, keeping in mind, people that, our money is spent how we see fit, and not always easy to, you know, um, to delegate it to certain things. I know I do it every day. There is that nudge in the heart, and it doesn't. I'm not talking about Patreon right now. I'm talking about. Have you ever like seen a person or a situation and maybe had the money at the time and just said, "Here, take this." I do something very simple. One of the grocery chains in the United States has carts, and you hook the cart into the next one with this chain, and you put the United States quarter into it, and it releases the chain, the cart. See, what they've done is they've cut costs by having people checking out, moving your groceries and your things like that. So we do it ourselves. Well, what I do to pay it forward is when I have the chance or I go over there, I fill the carts with quarters. I just fill them all. It doesn't take a lot of money, but you know what? They don't have to pay for it. And I did it the other day, and this gentleman, older gentleman, stopped me and said, "I just saw what you did." And he said, "That's really cool." I said, "Well, I said, it's not much, but it's a contribution." And I think it's those little things in life. And like I said, I'm not talking about Patreon per se. It could be anything. Just remember that. All right. That's almost 5 minutes intro. That's a lot. I've been saving this one. Ever Dream. It was the very second song I heard ever by Nightwish. The second song. It was back last June. Going back to End of Era. Very pivotal time frame. What we're going to do here is look at the way that they're interacting. We all know why. If you do any research on Nightwish, you'll know why. Go back to The Poet and the Pendulum, for instance. You know, there's a reason why things are being done this way on End of Era. And so I'm going to revisit a song, but this time I'm hearing it by Tarja. Let's go ahead and just watch Tuomas. Let's watch what he's thinking and absorb it. Okay, we are ready for this one. Ever Dream, End of Era, with specific attention to the visual and the nonverbal way, body language. I'm very curious about this one. And here we go. Pause number one. Oh, does it ever bring back the memory for the first time I heard this? Now, let's get on to Tuomas. Look how notice how he looked up at her. And, just exhaustive feeling of letting go. And then falling back as in, do it, it's, I don't know how to even describe it, but you saw it. You saw what I saw. And it's just really interesting. Oh, it's just, okay, let's just get going again. All right, here we go. take that second pause. I'll tell you what was going through my mind is, you look at the passion that she's giving in this performance, and I can understand why people would have been so upset. Um, but we gotta look at it one way, that people are finding this. We're we're learning about it. We're experiencing it. She made her moment in time. They did, together, and they continue to do so. And I know that we were talking about. I read the comments, about these wounds are still open. But let's pull it together and know that in time there's a reason for all things. And in this case, it was a moment that there must have been enough to change the direction of the band and what they were doing. But for her to give what appears to be just everything that she has, and she does on her solo career. So all things have a purpose in time, and we need to embrace that and appreciate it for what it was and what it will be. Let's keep going. That should be the last official pause before the end of this. It's just kind of overwhelming, isn't it? All right, let's go.
Just once, that all I need, in finding you one day. Ever felt a way without me? Moving like so deep, and dream of me. Ever felt a way with me? Just once, that all I need. That's why they're finding you one day. Never felt a way without me. My love and life so deep. Never dream of me. Just once, that all I need. That's why they're finding you one day. Never felt a way without me. My love and life so deep. Never dream of me. Kiitos!
Takes your breath away. Just takes your breath away. Marco added a grand element with his vocals, and it works. It really works. Watch Thomas. There's really not much more to say, is there? We all know, but definitely take to heart the moments in time that we place a mark and made a legend.